My motherfucking.
I gotta stop saying that word.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's the deal, YouTube? We're back with the Xbox Beast Fire podcast, the late night edition. You know what I mean? We got a special guest today. Blue, you want to get and shout yourself out?
Oh, that's me?
Yeah, sure.
I'm the special guest. Hi,
Special.
I'm Blue, if you don't know. And yeah, I'm here. We're ready. Let's do this.
You're ready. Here, let's do this. So listen, introduce yourself to my audience that may not know you, see me killing you on Gears. What do you do on YouTube? You know,
Did he just say that? Because like I'm gonna let y'all know right now that is a lie.
I knew
that is a lie. You have never done that. So like I mean, you know, if you want me to lie for you, just let me know behind the scenes.
Make it look good, make it sound good, baby. Whatever you do, make it sound good.
Look,
so what you doing? What are you doing on YouTube?
I am a gamer first and a Twitch streamer, and you know, I play games. I don't really talk games on my channel, but I do talk about other things if you guys are interested in that. I am probably going to start releasing some more gaming content soon because, you know, it's in demand. So that's about it. I mean, you know.
All right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys are filling in the room, you're being so kind to hit the like button. I have another copy of PubG that I will be giving away during the live stream. Yeah, we're doing big things over here. So like I said, come in, sit your black ass down, sit your white ass down, hit the like button. We're gonna have a little fun tonight. Post, what you got going on? Something, brother.
You already know what it is. Your boy Post up with the close up. Mr. Let's talk about it. And we're definitely going to talk about it today. Got some great news going on. I haven't been on, feel like I haven't been on a podcast in a while, man. You know, the work schedule has been crazy, but I'm definitely glad to be here. We definitely gonna get it in today.
Definitely gonna get it in today. All right. My brother Mighty Moss, Pittsburgh, talk to me. What you got going on with yourself, brother?
What's going on, man? It's your boy Mighty Moss, 2K, you know what I'm saying? Doing my thing. Try and drop that medicine. We had a little issue at the clinic, you know what I'm saying? A little water main break, but we're gonna get it rolling. Hey, yo, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to let it go to the next person. If any of y'all in the chat or any of y'all listening to this, if y'all are not on that Patreon, at least on the second tier and up in them broadband bully chats, y'all is missing a heck of a lot, man. Yeah. We're about to see it right here, especially if Will's joining us today. You're going to see the prices here.
Hey,
you're going to see Fight Club.
That Twitter chat, oh, I can't even talk. Man, y'all need to see this. Lord have mercy. I mean, I can't keep up with them guys, man. They be in there going at it, man.
Yeah, it be Brian. Brian be going to set that bitch up by himself, man. It be Brian with this shit. Brian be in that bitch arguing with himself.
All the time.
I'm about to fight with 6 phones, man.
Let me see. Do me a favor. Moss, drop the link. We got room. Drop the link inside the chat, the bullies chat thing. You can hop on, if you want, you can hop on if you want. What's going on with you, man? Talk to me. What you got going on with yourself? Videos? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm surviving, bro. Getting back in the groove now. This Christmas time, I get out of this working, traveling. I've been at my own house probably, I don't know, 8 days in the last 35, 40.
So, he's a businessman.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I'm home, hopefully, for a good period of time, get these videos popping again, because it's annoying trying to do things on the laptop. I can't take 3 hours to render nothing. I can't do it. It's not my soul, bro.
Like I said, shout out to everybody in the chat. If you said what's up to me and spoke to me, I'm not looking at the screen. This is as of yet. I'm still posting the link. So shout out to you. Did I get?
Can't multitask, guys.
No, I can't. Juice, talk to me, Juice. What you got? The juice is on the loose. What you got going on, Juice?
Yo, what's up, man?
What you playing?
I'm on PubG, tough, fending off some of these vicious ponies trying to get at me just because I'm playing the damn game I enjoy. But you know, other than that, streaming it and having a good ass time. Shit.
What have you been playing? What have you been streaming?
Oh, PubG, man. I've been on it. I've been out there pretty much the only thing I've been on so far.
You are not having fun.
I know, man. It's the worst. It's the worst game I've ever.
I just want to make sure you know you're not having fun.
Because that's what Digital Foundry told you, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they told me I shouldn't be having fun on it. So
Yeah. Like I said, it is. Like I said, did I get a chance to get everybody? Yep, got everybody. I got posted there. So listen, I've been doing shit, flirting and hurting. That's what I've been doing. I've been on the internet flirting and hurting. That's what I've been doing, man. You know, I've been getting in. Like I said again, PubG. I think is the second coming of Christ. Highly addictive. Blue, did you get it? I think you was going to get it. Did you get PubG?
Yes, I got PUBG. Someone called me an idiot for getting it on Xbox, guys.
oh man,
I will tell you that I said, listen, don't judge me. All right.
Yeah.
I got PUBG on Xbox because I have friends on Xbox that play. And he was like, so it don't matter. Well, who cares about friends? And I was like, I mean,
What?
squads and duos.
Don't get your lonely.
Talk about it.
Lonely.
Right? That's what I said.
Oh
How
man.
you mean? Like, don't you want to play with your friend? He was like, nah.
I got no friends.
Yeah, just like do solos all day. And I'm like, no, come on.
Yo, they be trying to
You
force
got no
you
friends.
into that PC life, bro.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
be
Friends, bro.
I don't.
before, you know, especially a preview game. That's crazy.
Well, when you see the title of the show, like I was, and because I haven't spoken to you guys collectively about this, I talked about other shows. Like I said, is the hate in justified? Warranted? What's my man named Dustin? The guy from IGN.
Oh, the gear, all that cat.
I was tweeting. Me and man was going back and forth tweeting last night about 3, 4 in the morning. You know I don't sleep. About 3 and 4 in the morning, I got thrown into the middle of a tweet, and I look now. I think you responded in the tweet also, and I guess what I've been looking at, I think he maybe did a video or something that he kind of shitted on the Xbox for the on Microsoft for the game, having some frame rate issues, whatever the case may be. I said to him, first of all, Microsoft didn't make the game. It's Blue Hill. I'm sorry, they made the game. But I said I don't remember you guys with the same level of criticism to a game like Xenoblade 2 that's 380p on the Switch running about 11 frames a second. I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna say this. It's not me damage controlling. I'm gonna say this again, and I want to get you guys spin on this. Does the game have issues? Yes.
Yes.
Are there some frame rate issues? Yes. Is the game kind of glitchy at times, picking things up?
Yep.
Yes. But the goddamn game is fun as hell. But with that being said, I can see that this was a finished product, and the retail version. Even what's the guy named Brandon, whatever the lead developer released the PC version, which is still in preview program thing. It's at least 6 months ahead of the Xbox version. You know what I mean? Now, had this game released and it was in this condition, not saying it's that bad, you know what I mean? But like I said, it's going to get better. We have a patch coming out today, if I'm not mistaken, or today or tomorrow. Then have at it, rip it a new ass. You know what I mean? But it's a, I don't know, glorified demo. It's not even, like I said, the full version of the game that we're going to get. Heard we're getting zombies, you know what I mean? Well, what are you guys' thoughts? You know what I mean? Like, is it people out there with the witch hunt to talk to me? Like, you know what I mean?
I want to delve in this because I ain't had an opportunity to really get my perspective on PUBG.
Talk to me, folks. Talk to me.
Look, man, the game was released in this form on purpose. That was the purpose, to put it in game, preview, to get a large audience of gamers to play it. Once that happens, gamers are quicker at finding deficiencies or inconsistencies in that game than the developers trying to do it on their own. It's a difference between having 10 capable gamers in a room and having millions of gamers having access to that game to help find issues, inconsistencies with that game. That's why it's in preview. We want you to help shape PUBG for consoles for the future. So we're going to put it out in the form that it is right now. We know it's going to have issues. It's going to be playable. We know but you're going to help us find those issues. And as you find those issues, we are going to put out patches to clean up everything that you're finding. Ark did the same thing. Elite Dangerous did the same thing. Those games came out and performed probably even worse than what PUBG is performing right now. Did we hear the same feedback? Was everybody crying? And then the IGN dude, man, it's they've been on the road with this, I guess, because their numbers are declining in regards to people going to their site and for gaming news like that. So if I was them, I probably would use this to try to boost those reviews. But look, the developer stated constantly prior to the game release, it's going to be 6 months behind the PC version. It's not near identical to the 1.0 version that will release tomorrow, even though it has some of those features like vaulting. That doesn't mean that what PC players are playing on the PC is identical to what we're getting on the console. Okay, so we have to be smart about it. Yes, the game have its issues. Yes, the games have its problem when you coming down in the air and when you in the lobby. But as soon as you hit the ground, everything kind of smooth out. Another thing we fail to realize that this developer has never developed a game on a console. Never.
Yeah.
The game, they still having issues with smoothing things out on the PC, and the expectations that y'all having for them moving it over to the console. That's why Microsoft had to step in. That's why they had to send the ATG, the Advanced Technical Group. That's team out there. That's why they had to send people from Coalition out there to help them transition the game from PC to console, and to help to get it into a format on a controller that will be comfortable for players to get used to and work with. Now, y'all might say I'm damage controlling. I don't care. I think that the hate and the thing is that this game is on the Xbox and it's on the PC, and a lot of people are hating this because it's not on their system. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. That's my point of view so far.
Okay. Moss, talk to me, Moss.
Yo, man, look, here's the deal, man.
Talk to me.
It's game preview.
Wait, hold on. Hey, Moss, did you put the link in the broadband?
Oh, my bad. My bad. Let me do that. But yo, look, it's game preview, okay? So with game preview, like Post Up said, you got to work out the little kinks, and they got to tweak it, all the other stuff. I understand this is a newer concept to console gamers, but this is the same things. The slower performances and stuff been happening on PC. Look, for all y'all ponies that's sitting there hating, No Man's Sky could have benefited from a game preview program, but I digress. Anyway, secondly,
was that a retail game? Was that a full retail game?
$60.
It's amazing to me how Phil Spencer lied to everybody about PubG. You know what I'm saying? However, when Yoshida and them was on stage pumping up No Man's Sky and had y'all pay full retail and then didn't want to give y'all refunds at first, that was okay. That was just about the fault. But you know what? Again, I will move past that. All right, I'll move past that cone. Secondly, it has nothing, these little flaws or whatever right now, it's game preview. It has nothing to do with the power of the X. We keep hearing that too. Oh, the X is so powerful. What's it, 60 frames per second? Look, man, Stephen Hawking ain't sitting in every console, X console sitting there doing code that's missing. Come on, stop with the foolishness. And lastly, to your boy Brian Lingerie or Leguidi, whatever the hell his name is.
Oh, man,
the dude is an ass clown. He's an ass hat. I see what he did. He was trying to follow up on some pony dude that was doing some fanboy stuff. And then when you busted his ass, Z, he wanted to go back. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, chill, leave me alone. I'm just sipping my Metamucil here. No, we're not having that. So he had to get his ass handed to him. That's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So this is fake rage, but if they want to hate on it, great. All it's doing is shedding more light on PubG, and they getting that cash.
Exactly.
I will say this. I will say it again. Personal expectations versus the expectations that the developers set prior to the game release. They different. A lot of people' personal expectations was that this game was going to come out, it was going to run at this and run at that. The developers, Microsoft, Bluehold, they never set those expectations. All they did was saying the game will come out on in preview. The only thing that I would say in regards to the 60 frames and then falling back and going to the 30 frames. But outside of that, they never set any expectations on how the game will perform on the Xbox side. Excuse me.
I think the proof is in the pudding. Like, you see 1 million people in 48 hours purchase the game, and pretty much when was that, Tuesday or Wednesday? By now it's over probably like 2 million, but whatever. I just see it's not the Xbox community itself. It's the people on the outside looking in, like your PS4 players or your PC players that hate the fact that Xbox finally have something that people actually are aware of and are having fun with, that they don't like that, and it kind of gets under their skin for a reason that I don't understand. But I'm having fun with the game. I know in some parts of the game, like when it loads up or when you're jumping out of the airplane, which really has nothing to do with the whole point of the game, that those parts of the game is kind of glitchy or whatever. But other than that, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I don't see what the whole issue is. It clearly states this in the preview program, and I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I mean, it's just idiotic to go.
They doing terrible on it. That's what it is. They doing
Okay.
terrible.
I think. Okay, so I play PUBG on Xbox, and yes, I have a capable PC, but I chose to get it on Xbox, as we said earlier, because I have people that play on Xbox. Fine. It has issues. Like, it has issues. It costs way too much money. I'm gonna just put that out there. Fortnite is free and it works better. But Fortnite has more time on the Xbox. So I will say that. I feel like it should have been maybe cheaper on release, or at least further along on release, because it has had more time on PC, so it is further along. But I feel like it has more bugs than I anticipated, because I thought that it was going to be a lot better. I thought it was going to have some shit put together already, and it didn't. So I was kind of surprised by that, especially because they did have, they made it seem like they had the push of Microsoft, behind it when they announced it.
Was Fortnite free when it was in preview program though?
No.
Fortnite was.
You have to pay for it. You have to pay for it.
Fortnite, you have to pay for Fortnite, but not the Battle Royale. Fortnite has Battle Royale
initially, and then
that they stole.
Initially, and then they went back. But
initially was the story mode. The PVE was the game, and then all of a sudden
here's the thing.
Okay, here we go.
Here's the thing, real quick, because everybody keep making these Fortnite comparisons. Fortnite has been in development since 2010 at Epic Games. I don't know, like y'all act like these people is small. Fortnite been in development. Cliffy B was still working at Epic.
Wait, are you saying that's an excuse? Are you saying it's an excuse for a game?
No, I'm saying that is a reason. Everybody keeps saying Fortnite is free, it's been made less and all that other stuff. Fortnite's been in development for 8 years. The net code, all that stuff, Microsoft helped them make it at the beginning of Fortnite and all throughout its development. I'm just saying the comparisons are acting like Fortnite is newer and free, and
I didn't say it was newer.
It has time in development.
Because it has been out longer.
That's fine, but
one at a time. Let everyone speak one at a time. We don't want to clutter each other.
Hey, Boo, you're new here, and I would hate to question your integrity. Listen, you want to get the biggest knife and Joe. You want to cut the bullshit out here.
I gotta cut the bullshit out. Y'all need to cut the bullshit out.
Hey, hit the like button.
We're paying $30
Blue love her Fortnite
for PUBG. No, I don't care. I
play $30 for Fortnite.
I play both, but I'm pretty. No, I didn't.
Listen.
The Battle Royale has always been free, and it still is free.
But it was,
the Battle Royale.
I'm talking about the Battle Royale. I'm not talking about the PvP, because that's a completely different part.
All right, we're talking about. Let's be honest. Fortnite is dog shit.
Why?
Not long ago, Fortnite was announced, and it just now being released. Man, that game was now what 8? What did you say? 8 years? Given that time,
so was Fortnite the Battle Royale part of Fortnite development this entire time? Was it not the PvE that they first came out with?
Yeah,
of course it was.
You had to play for it in preview mode.
I understand that, but we're talking about the Battle Royale mode. Are we not?
So
which is in beta,
is because
the Battle Royale mode, they didn't make that game.
Technically, the game is in beta.
From the ground up. All those assets, all the net code, all that stuff was already in there. All they did was implement a game mode.
Yeah, that's it.
How long has PUBG been out on PC?
7 months.
6 months.
Before it came out on Xbox.
7 months.
6 months.
And what I'm saying is that if the game was so early, why did they think that it was okay to release it and charge $30 for the game if it's so early?
No, I'm saying they did the same on console that they did on PC.
Pretty much.
When they released on Steam and game preview, all the PC players paid for it. The same, and it was and back then when it first in its infancy, it was in a way worse condition than what it is now.
I agree.
People still pay for it because, in this point, the intentions of the game, you got to look at who's building the game. Mm-hmm. You got to look at who's behind the game. We're not dealing with if you compare Bluehole to Epic. As far as experience,
size,
it's money. A whole different. You're in a whole different playing field. Epic has years and years of experience with developing on consoles. Bluehole has zilch. You know what I'm saying? And plus, you got to think this game was born from a mod. This whole game is based off a mod, and once his mod got, and like I was watching the video today. Once his mod got popular, then he the company Tencent, who owns Bluehole, I think they reached out to him to help him, make this thing bigger. But even that company has no experience with developing on consoles. They were struggling on PC to get it running.
We gotta pay the bills.
PUBG was developed on the on Epic's engine, so Epic helped with development of PUBG all along the way. And the whole time stealing each little thing so that they can just implement it in the game that they had already created for the last 8 years.
Yeah, we got to pay the bills.
I'm not saying that what your value point, whichever you think is more valuable, whichever one you think. I'm not saying arguing any of that. I'm saying people keep making the comparison, saying that Fortnite has less time in it and is doing it better. No, Fortnite has 8 years in this.
Yeah,
8 years worth of development time. That's not like they just started developing just because they put out the battle royale mode doesn't mean that the entire game was created.
You see how quickly they put it out, though?
Well, hold on one second.
You see how quickly they put it out, though?
And Xavier Bay also down with the broadband bill. He dropped $10 in the super chat. He said, "Tell Brian Powell to be on time next time." God,
even if you got to pay $30 for it, though, don't you have a choice? I mean, that the game could be glitched out. It could be problems with it. You have a choice to pay $30 or not.
Okay, wait, hold up. I'm sorry. Okay. I mean, so Blue, you're coming from the angle of they shouldn't have put the game out yet.
Or they shouldn't have charged that much for it. I think she was saying.
I think it's fine that they put the game out. And
okay.
Fine that they made sure to put it under, it's under preview, we know.
Okay.
But I don't think it's fine that they are charging $30 for a game preview game because I feel like it wasn't ready yet. I feel like if they wanted to ride that wave of it being so popular. That's the thing.
The whole
they wanted to ride the wave of it being on PC first and now it's on Xbox. Woohoo! Which is
the whole point of game preview is like Kickstarters. You pay for it early. You get preview stages of how it's being developed, and you help shape the game the way you want. I'm fine
with shaping games, but I shape games for free.
Shape what games for free?
What
are you shaping for free?
Hey, talk about it, Blue.
I'm playing another Battle Royale game right now. They gave me an offer key for free. I got to play it for free. I still play it for free, and I'm giving them feedback as to how to improve the game and what bugs there are in the game.
Talk about it, Blue.
I'm not saying that PUBG needed to be free.
Hey, Blue, Candy Crush don't count, Blue.
How many people was in that alpha?
First of all, it's called the Darwin Project. It was at E3. Get it together, baby.
So how many people was in the Darwin Project alpha? Is it 1 million?
No.
Don't know. There's a lot.
I
don't have their numbers. I'm not a developer.
Like these games like this are stress tests for these servers for the volume. Darwin Project, I know exactly what game you're talking about. It's not going to be as big as PUBG. It's not. And right now you're stress testing a small server base for little things. Now, if that game decides to go to game preview, what's to stop it? What's gonna be the deterrent for it going to game preview?
Yeah, it's a lot of things being tested.
Games do
server side things with PUBG. It's a lot of things being stress tested on a mass scale that they wouldn't just normally get. The data that they're getting now with the millions of gamers, they wouldn't have gotten just excluding the beta to a certain amount of people. They know PUBG is a big and a massive hit, and that a lot of players is going to be playing it.
Yeah.
So it was smart of them for them to put it in the preview program and get over 1 million people playing it, because on the server side, I'm not even talking about the gameplay or anything like that. The issues that they'll have to resolve on the server side, as far as latency and inputting and lag and all that stuff, that's going to be huge for them.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't have. It's a marketing thing, right? I'm not saying that they shouldn't have done it. They know that it's hot right now, so why not make money off of it, right? Because that money is going to help them further it along. Hopefully,
it was $30 when it released on Steam.
Yeah, it was $30 on
And
Steam.
I know.
Bugs.
Let's be fair here.
But Steam is different than Xbox.
Man, look, people
right?
look what people play for Friday the 13th.
No, yeah,
They paid $20.
We got
even getting game preview. That game came out. We was missing.
Microsoft has the hottest game out right now.
But you guys were just saying that
and certain amount of people in the gaming community just can't handle that, and it doesn't matter like what you say. It's just that's what it's going to be. They just don't like the fact that Xbox got PUBG exclusive to console. I'm not saying anybody on this panel, but people in general, like some people that.
I mean, I agree. I think people are upset for a stupid ass reason. I mean, we're playing a game, we're having fun. Why are you guys getting upset about it? It's kind of dumb.
This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I want to
justify because I'm having fun with the game, and somebody else might not feel the same way.
Not that you say that the fun with the game. That's what I want to switch topics to in regards to PUBG, because been watching it and playing it, I have realized the little intricacies that make this game so good. Like, it's a really survival game. Like, you don't have unlimited bullets. You got health packs, band-aids. I've seen like I was watching I think it was either King's Blood or Turk playing today, and they were shooting at a car, and how he had to put the gun about a few feet in front of the car to lead the bullet into the car. You know what I'm saying? How sound and hear where the shots in the direction shots coming in play into how you're going to move around wherever area you are. How going in the house and closing the door is significant, because players know if the door is open that somebody, man, it's so many small little intricacies. How you could block bullets with a pen, with a skillet. You could deflect the bullet with a skillet.
That's funny.
It's these little smaller intricacies make this game fun. Like, sometimes your guys gotta drop bullets for you if you only got like 5 or 10 bullets. So you gotta manage your inventory real well in this game, or it'll lead to you being killed. Man, it's a lot of things, just the little things. But
you know what? Let me say this right. Something I touched on before. Like I said, I remember when Garrett got his rig, right? Man, get off that PC playing that, and I did understand it. I seen what the game was about, and it didn't look that fun. To be honest with you, for me. But it wasn't until I played it, and say the level of desperation, just always just get in the circle, watch your back. It's intense. I have yet to get a chicken dinner. I think I finished in second twice. But it's again, it may not be for everybody. And I want to start by saying it. And I always just want to disclaim: does the game have problems? Yes. Or there's some framing issues? Yes. Is the game kind of buggy sometimes picking things up? Because it was made better. Like I said, I didn't even know that the game had mouse and keyboard support. They just disabled it with this new patch. I didn't even know the game had mouse and keyboard support. Like I said, it's issue some time picking items up. Yes, but like I said, I will give them a benefit of the doubt. They said that the PC version is at least 6 months ahead of this version. And I'm gonna say this again: if Microsoft was smart, if they could, they should lock this game down. This can be their Halo for this. Like I said, Microsoft hasn't had that. I would say that breakout exclusive yet this generation. The first generation they had Halo, second generation they had Gears. They haven't had that shit. And this could be it for them. I said they cut the check to the EA and lock down Titanfall. I'm quite sure they can probably, cut the check for this, at the end of the day. But, they're also, like I said, they're supposed to get a zombie mode, a PvP mode. Like, it's a lot of stuff. Like I said, this game here, You actually don't even need a part 2. They can keep just building on top of this. Like, this is a cash cow. You know what I mean? When's the game supposed to be finished? Did they say any given time?
Somebody in the chat said, yeah, you got like 3 kills since the game been out.
PC version.
You can see my stats. See, look, the name of the object of the game was just survive.
That's the object
Amen.
of the game. Kill.
To be the last.
Preaching.
People forget that it's not about kills.
Sometimes I hide in a house and I have no fucking shame. I'm just like, all right, well, you guys can pass by.
But that's why a lot of people lose. They go in there with that.
Got 2 kills.
Wait, have y'all got chicken dinners though? Like,
I haven't got a chicken dinner yet. I haven't got one.
I got one chicken dinner.
Third game in.
I finished in twice. Second. I mean, I finished in twice. Yeah, came in second twice.
Scrubs.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I got 2 chicken dinners. I got a team and a solo chicken dinner.
A lot of people go with
shit.
A lot of people go into PubG with that Call of Duty Halo mentality.
Nah,
it will get you killed, bro.
Yep.
And I don't care. I seen somebody win with I think 0 kills. Got a you know what I'm saying? The point is to stay alive, to be the last man standing, not to go out there and get 50 kills, try to kill the
win. That's it. Y'all here. That's the same people who be in COD talking about their KD and then lose and then be mad that they lost. Like, how we lose? I had 50 kills because you wasn't playing a goddamn objective.
I mean, if you're trying to get wins, but
the objective is the win. So win.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I like the game, dope game. But moving this conversation right along, PUBG. 2017, we had some hits, we had some miss. I'm gonna go. Like I said, I'm gonna go down the row. And ask you guys, what was the biggest disappointment games to you guys in 2017? Because probably we got one more time. I thought it was the end of the month, end of the year, but we can do it again. But 2017, you had some, like I said again, disappointing games that released. I'll start with you, Blue. What was your most disappointing game that released that you were looking forward to that made it flop? You know what I mean, in 2017 for you?
Friday
the 13th? Yeah,
yes. I was super excited for Friday because I'm a Friday the 13th like fan, like of the movies. And that game, oh man, I tried so hard to love it. And I find myself like not even looking at it now. It just doesn't even like come up on my list of games I want to play. I mean, they fixed it now, so you know there's that. But man, they really dropped the ball when it came to the Xbox people. Like they just, I don't know what it is, but like Xbox is always last on the list to get like updates and all that.
Facts. Talk about.
I don't understand what that's about. I think it's stupid. Like, there's no reason why. You know, I mean. I guess there could be a reason, but somebody explain to me, you know, what the reason is. Why Xbox is last to get updates. It was literally every single time last.
Because the PS4 was easier to develop for.
Yeah.
That's what they keep telling me.
Yeah, it's easier to code. The code base for the Xbox One had some hiccups because Microsoft basically ported the 360 over to the Xbox One in a form and changed the architecture type. So the PS4 was basically a basic computer, and so it was just easier to code for.
Shout out to Renz.
Until the X came out, but yeah, in regards to the S versus the OG Xbox One, yeah, the developers said Microsoft like kind of slipped on that, especially what they did in the 360 era in regards to how they did the development. It was a lot easier. Yeah, they said they slipped. They kind of took a back seat on this year.
Well, hold on,
because Microsoft, like I said, Microsoft went from they took what they had that they thought was working and they just moved it over, which it didn't correlate as good because the PS4 completely changed how it was running since it was so hard to develop for in the last generation.
Hold up 1 second. Shout out to Renz, his weirdo ass. Dropping $5 in the super chat. He said real men wear pink and play Fortnite. God bless you. You know what? With Friday the 13th, right? We all bought. How much was that game? $30. I took it back, rebought it again, took it back because, like I said, it ran horrible, right? With that game, it had a lot of potential, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was this new company, a smaller company. If Microsoft, Sony, maybe even Nintendo, somebody would have got behind the game and really backed it financially. They spent the whole maybe the money, the marketing, whatever, the budget on the licensing fee, just to be able to put Jason inside the game, because there's so much they could have done with that game. You know what I mean? Honestly, you know what I mean? So much they could have done with that game. And maybe they had a bigger backup. What's my man name? Adam Scheffler. What's my man name from the G4 channel back in the day?
Adam Sessler.
There you go. I think he's like co-owner of the game, whatever the case may be. But I know. Like I said, to me, they spent the budget on getting. I remember they made a big to do about getting the actual licensing fee. The game was dog shit. Did the story mode come out? Like, did the story mode ever release for the game?
And it's basically the multiplayer except for one.
Yeah, it hasn't even not yet. They've been coming out with a lot of like skins and things like that, but
that's how they're making the money. Now, people still playing that damn game?
Yeah, people still play.
Wow.
People, and when I'm streaming, people ask me to play it, and I'm just like, guys, like, really? I tried playing it once, and I was so bored because, okay, the game is fun when you play with friends. It's not. I mean, it's okay when you play online, but most people don't have mics, and that game is super heavy on like in-game chat.
Yeah.
You really need to like, and the cool thing about it, which is awesome for me, is that the chat, you can hear people depending on how close they are to you. Right, which makes the game more intense. If you're alone, you can't hear anyone. If someone comes by, hey, help me, you know. If Jason's around, the music gets crazy, and then he can hear you if you talk. So, like, I enjoyed the game. I mostly enjoyed it with friends. When you try to play with randoms, it's not the same. And I mean, that can go for a lot of games. But like, I tried playing it the other day with randoms. I didn't have fun, so I was just like, all right, I'm done. I played like 2 games, cursed somebody out, and I was like, all right, I'm out.
Hold on 1 second. Another game I think was kind of hit and miss to me. Mass Effect.
I haven't gotten
the Mass Effect yet, but I want to know who told me to buy Friday the 13th. I need to remember because somebody sent me off, player. Somebody sent me off.
You know what? No,
you should listen again.
We was live streaming.
You know what? I brought it. I didn't want to miss out because everybody on the squad was playing it. So I got it to jump in. Then I got
it was Mass.
It was Z. It was Z. That's what it was. Z.
Hey, listen, now you
Z is the one who told everybody to buy it.
Hey, somebody kept telling me,
shout out
to buy Friday the 13th.
Was like, don't buy this trash.
Hey, listen,
nobody
post chemo or after chemo or before the surgery. But you know, now I have a spiritual advisor. I'm not allowed to lie. I'm not allowed to gamble.
Somebody kept telling me, yo, you need to get for this joint fire. This joint fire. We get it. We had a couple streams that was real funny. I ain't played that game since, and I agree with Blue. The proximity chat is dope. I missed that. I think party chat kind of killed proximity chat.
I don't understand why people play in parties.
Yeah,
the whole point of the game is like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you know what? Halo 2 back in the day, Halo 3. Proximity chat was golden because you can actually creep up on somebody and hear their conversation or what the team trying to plan and everything. You could pretty much hear that conversation the closer you got to them. So you'll sneak somebody over and hear they whole plan of attack on what they're about to do to you and just wipe them out. You don't have that no more game. And everybody's in party chats.
That's why people be in party chats, because that was the equivalent of screen watching. As soon as we got online gaming, we no longer screen watch, so people was screen. Right, they was ear hustling.
You got close to one player, you listening to the whole squad.
I think we should play. I think we should play Friday.
Play what?
I think we should do a Friday like thing, because I think if you get everyone together, like, then it becomes fun and it gets cool. And with this crowd,
what game are you talking about?
Friday the 13th.
I'm sorry, I was looking at Elijah Parker in the comment section, flirting with Blue. If you want to sit your black ass down,
everybody in the comment section. Omega out there shooting this shot. They also nice. They be coming by.
I told y'all before the stream started.
But they be like, "Hey, Blue, how you doing?" Get out of here.
They switch up real quick. They be like, "Yo, post the Z."
Mad because people love me. Like,
I said that before. They be like, "Yo, post the Z. Y'all lying, man. Y'all doing this and that." Hey, Blue, how you doing? How you feel today, Blue?
I don't be talking that bullshit.
I'm with you, Blue. Do your thing, girl.
Like a motherfucker. Yo, it's crazy. I'm just saying what's up with Blue. That's all. That's just a nice young lady.
Yeah. And then they go back.
Right. And then they be like, you ain't shit, you lying.
Shit, you ain't doing
lying.
shit. Hey, yo, Blue,
why you talking to Blue like that?
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Hey, man. Hey, shout out to Park with this little ass pimp walking that gives. He still ain't ready yet. He still ain't ready yet.
Yeah, Elijah Parker been even on Twitter. He been talking mad.
He been calling y'all
stuff,
out.
Man.
He been calling y'all out.
We played yesterday for a minute. He still ain't ready though.
Nah, he ain't ready.
Did
He
you
still
kill
got that pimp walk. He still got that. Hey, I can finally say my man Z got rid of the slow pimp walk.
Oh, yeah.
He do not Jason walk across the screen no more.
I can play that bitch now.
We passed that on to Parker. Parker got that Jason walk.
Yo, walking stiff as hell, his knees don't even bend.
Oh my god.
Boom! I got one.
Hey, what do you all think about I posted a website in the group today, and a Microsoft Polish website had released an official statement on mouse and keyboard support on the Xbox One, but they quickly removed it. But they're saying it's coming. In a way that it was phrased like you're gonna be able to play games with it. And I don't know if they're gonna isolate games with mouse and keyboard, but they were saying stuff like you're gonna be able to do social networking stuff, Microsoft Office stuff on your console and all that stuff. But my main thing is about it in gaming and what kind of impact if they would allow. I know this probably be on a developer basis on whether they want to use the keyboard and mouse. But what y'all think about that?
Here's my thing, and I'm gonna shut the hell up. For shooters, it's unfair.
Yeah,
I don't care how talented you are with a controller. It's unfair. And I wouldn't even say that if they separate the servers, because look on Gears of War, they throw everybody in together. I mean, I ran across like maybe since we've been playing, maybe 2 or 3 times, people that have been on PC, you know what I mean? But they just mix the pools together, you know what I mean? I think they should leave. They open in Pandora's box. That's just my opinion. You know, I'm not saying I'm the world's best gamer, but I don't want to be constantly put at a disadvantage. For those who don't know, no. There's no way in hell you can beat a mouse and keyboard. This point, you can put it right on top of the eye. Point, click, boop. Point, click, boop. You know what I mean? That's I don't like it. You know what I mean? Now, if you talk about surfing the web and Twitter, have at it. You know what I mean? Have at it.
What's that heavy breathing though?
Yeah, I know. Who's doing that?
That's probably Parker. That's probably Parker.
You all right over there, buddy?
Yeah, that's probably Parker is. You know what I mean? But
that's in that sunken place breathing.
Is that how you feel about the whole like frames per second too?
Who, me?
Oh, boy, see, Blue. I knew I liked you, boy. Because that's
how you doing. Do you understand my question? Like,
are you talking to me?
Do you feel? Yeah, I'm talking to you because you said you don't want to be at a disadvantage, right? So let's say if you had the Xbox One S and PubG went and did the whole like on the X you get 60 and on the One S you get 30. How would you have felt about that?
I get what you pay for. I mean, I want a
So then why can't you say the same about keyboard and mouse?
Yeah, keyboard and mouse. It don't matter, man.
Not everyone on PC.
It's more accurate. It is. The mouse is more accurate.
1000%.
Listen, not everybody on PC.
Man, come see me on Gears with this shit.
Not everyone has the same GPU.
Boy, you will get wrecked on. I'm sorry. I keep cutting. You will get wrecked on Gears if you go against someone that is a beast on mouse and keyboard. I'm sorry.
With a controller.
Yeah. You. I'm talking to you, Juice. You will get wrecked.
Yeah, I mean,
if you play with a controller,
find somebody with a mouse and keyboard, and then let's go.
Okay. Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. Been invited.
I don't play on mouse and keyboard. No, not Gears. I like my controller. I think I prefer a controller, to be honest. I play Fortnite on PC, and I play with my controller. So it's just what I do. I don't like the way mouse and keyboard makes my hand feel. I feel like I'm getting carpal tunnel. I'm not about this life, but it's definitely more accurate. I'm aware of that when I play with a controller.
We've played with.
I play certain games with a controller on my PC, mostly like action games. But any shooter type game, 99% of the time I'm playing with a mouse and keyboard.
Matter of fact, one of the Gears match, I think it was two. We played against. It was two PC players on the opposing team. When we played, that
I play against PC
match.
players on Gears all the time.
I mean, and they was doing their thing, but they didn't stop them from getting killed, though. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe they might have
thing,
a controller or something.
But I understand the precision of just clicking and shooting. Just point here, shoot. You ain't no analog sticks in your butt. You just move your whoop. Hey, back in the day on XB Connect or Halo, boy, you was getting sniped. Man, I hopped on there with a controller. Lord, I'll never do it again. I will never, like games like Halo and Call of Duty, I will never play a game against a PC player with a mouse and keyboard. I'm talking about sniped across the map, efficient, on point. It's crazy.
Hey, you know what they're talking about, right? Shout out my man Shameless Blackley. If you don't know who he is, he's the original godfather of the Xbox, the creator of the first, the OG Xbox. He did an interview, and I spoke to him also. He did an interview when Bill Gates was like, he had this vision again, like you said, bringing the PC landscape together with the console, and basically, like you said, controlling the living room. And he said then that the PC environment with guys over there in the we're just two different consumers, you know what I mean? And plus, again, it wouldn't be fair, you know what I mean? So they didn't do it. So, but Microsoft tried it again, and what's that again? Shadowrun? I was a beta tester for that.
Yeah, Shadowrun was a beta tester for that. People was pissed too. They did not like that.
Yeah, when they had the PC guys with it's just even
the community let it be known that they didn't like it though. Yeah, they shut it down.
I don't know. And again, I don't understand why they just keep trying to
bring it up.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to use it for Facebook or
maybe for Office or something, right?
Whatever. But don't you know what I mean? I don't understand it, man. My thing, like I said, with Microsoft again, and I'm gonna shut the hell up, is that they first lock down this console shit here. Get this shit here together. If you start worrying about all that, I understand Microsoft is PC, but first get this together down here first. You know what I mean? We find obviously start worrying about those other PC shit, man. And that to me, that's been, in my opinion, has been, Microsoft's downfall this generation. Like they worry about it. They trying to be the master of everything and just master one goddamn thing first. You know what I mean? All that playing anywhere, your average console guy don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I mean? How did that help the sales of Gears? How did that help the sales of Forza Horizon? You know what I mean? It didn't. You know what I mean? You got to concentrate. Well, not even concentrate. I feel like Microsoft forgot.
And who's breathing on the mic? There's somebody be on a Jason mask or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to mute yourself because that's getting super distracting.
I thought we was watching Jurassic Park when the T-Rex was about to.
No, it's not you, Z. It's Brian.
Brian,
you good, bro?
You okay?
I'm fine. I'm chilling.
You breathing real hard there, buddy.
Brian, man,
I'm fucking hurting.
Oh, man. You say I'm hurt, man. I feel you, player.
Shit, I'm hurt, man.
Fucking painkillers ain't working.
Oh man, but that's my opinion. You know what I mean? Of what they should do or could do. But it is what it is, though.
This is the thing. All right,
man,
if Microsoft
I ain't with all that scary shit.
If Microsoft start focusing on one thing, they never get anything accomplished, as in moving forward. So we wouldn't get shit like the Xbox One X with the vapor chamber and all that stuff. None of that would happen if they didn't dual wield, I guess.
Always pushing the envelope. And everybody
I don't like. There's a lot of games on PS4 that have native mouse and keyboard support, and nobody complains on there because you don't know.
Exactly.
Like people always do. It's the same thing I said with the 30 frames versus 60 frames. You have no clue what the hell I'm playing on. You have no clue. The only thing you know is you got shot in the face. That's it. That's it. The only thing you know is you got shot in the face. Right there. Everything else is irrelevant. Everything else is irrelevant. You don't know what I'm playing on, what my advantages are, if I'm playing on a monitor or a TV. You don't know any of that. If I got a NetDoomer router, if I'm playing with an Elite controller, you don't know any of that. All you know is I killed you. That's it. And that's all that's the same exact thing. If someone has a mouse and keyboard, the only thing you're gonna know is that you got killed. That's it.
Z, Mrs. T gave you $2.
Okay. Oh,
shout out to Mr. T.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. What's
He said, "Easy on the anti-Nintendo propaganda." LOL.
We could get a 2-piece of the biscuit with that $2. We could get a 2-piece of the biscuit with that $2.
What's $2 at?
It's a little high.
You gotta have proof.
He must have paid that shit with we shop money. I don't shit ain't know my squares. My man, Mr. T.
I got you.
We definitely could get a 2-piece and a biscuit out of that though.
Man, for sure, man. I didn't see. I was actually was tweeting something in the background. Shout out to my man, Mr. T. Got great content too. Funny.
Z is never, ever gonna stop hating on Nintendo. He's never.
No, listen.
Never. He's never gonna do it.
Let me show you motherfuckers something. They also is it right here in front of me, man? I got so much shit this goddamn shut up here. Anyway, I got all the goddamn Nintendo consoles, man. You know what I mean? I just missed the days of them competing, man. This shit here, like I don't know what the hell, man.
I told you, Nintendo is a side chick.
Can we talk about that though? Because someone was writing in chat, like over. I don't know if it was the same person or other people are just coming together, copying, pasting. But somebody was like, that Xbox people talk about how they're having fun with PubG and that they don't talk about the graphics, but they always talk about how the Switch's graphics are dog shit.
Well, the Switch graphics are dog
PUBG's
shit.
in a work in progress. And Nintendo would the game.
And the Switch could run PUBG. The probably gets a seizure or stroke or some shit.
Yeah, the Joy-Con will melt and shit. No, please.
So what y'all saying is that just because it's one game doesn't mean, because like, how do you guys feel about Sea of Thieves?
Well, here's the thing. I've heard when people talk that stuff about all we care about is graphics. That's not
Parker,
true.
$3. Appreciate it, Parker.
We talked about graphics and we talked about service-based games too. You know what I'm saying? That's our shebang. You know what I mean? So it's not that we just everything has to be the super top graphical thing. It's just that, you know, now that we got that in our corner, we're going to brag and boast about it when we can. But we like service-based games. We like getting the best bang out of our buck. That's why we bring it up. So it's just not about graphics. And with the Nintendo Switch, I mean, if people like that, fine, that's cool. But it's more like a side. You know what I'm saying? It's more like a side piece. You know.
Yes, like I keep saying, and I'll continue to say it. Nintendo has side chick syndrome. That's not going to change. They want to be your secondary console. They don't want to be your main console. They don't want to be the one you come home to every night. They want to be the one you sneak off in the bathroom with. Like, that's what they are. It's just the reality of the situation. It's the reality of the situation. I got a Switch. I have ARMS. I got Splatoon 2. I got the Mario Kart Deluxe. I got all that. Mm-hmm. But again, Nintendo is not. They don't want to be your main. They want you PC, Xbox, PlayStation 4. That's your main chick. Nintendo wants to be your side chick, and they okay with that. They don't want to compete against those other three platforms. They want you to buy those other three platforms and a Switch, because that takes away them having competition. It takes away from you choosing whether or not you can afford a PS4, Xbox One, or a Switch. Mm-hmm. You buy the other two, and then when you can, you get you a Switch as an accessory piece, as a something you do when you on the road. I think I played my Switch on my TV once, maybe twice in the entire time I've had it, and that's because it's mainly used as a portable. It's a handheld, right? So I use it for that. My son plays it more than I do
every time. And handheld mode.
Right, it's handheld. That's what it's for. So Nintendo is fine with that. They're not going to change that narrative because that is what's working for them now. They right now at this point after the Wii U, they tried to be the if console. If I get this, then I can't get that. They tried that with the Wii U, and it failed because they thought the Wii, all that gimmicky stuff that they thought was going to carry over into this generation, and the same reason the Xbox original had its issues, because they thought that all that gimmicky stuff was going to make it, and it didn't. And they paid for it. And the Wii U was proof that Nintendo tried it. It didn't work. So they went in a different direction, because everybody was talking about how if you could take the Wii U controller on the go, it'd be dope. So they made that happen. They made that a reality. They went for the fact that their handhelds sell astronomically well.
Yep.
And they kept it moving. It just is what it is. They not gonna try to compete as your main. They're not.
I think
Are they still making the Game Boy Advances?
I think the lack of I think by them not participating in the this fight with being the most powerful console and this graphic stuff allows them to play that role well. Because a tendency with Nintendo, like if you get tired of just shooting and blowing shit up in the norm, and you just want to have some fun, that's a system. Especially if you're doing it from a family perspective, that's a system that you can really just fall back, like you said, like the side chick. Sometimes you get tired of the main little
gimmick a foothold. That's literally what it's doing.
Hey, hold on, Mr. T. We got a guy's gonna come up here and state the case of Nintendo. Hey, Mr. T, reach out to me on Twitter or whatever the hell you're on Twitter or anything. I'll send you the link right now. Or Twitter, Facebook. What do you follow me on?
I don't have a Switch yet, but I want you to come here and convince me that I need to have one in my life. That's what I want you to do.
Listen, at the end of the day, right? I can't see myself. I'm
tempted though.
Paying $300 to get married. I'm a man of very low means. I'm not paying $300
for Zelda.
I'm not paying $300 for Zelda. You know what I mean? I gotta have a cell phone. You guys see me in my parties here. I don't like to play with my friends, bug out. And I have to have a cell phone app. It's like could you imagine?
It doesn't even work right now.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And then they talk about charging. It's like again, I look at Nintendo like this, right? And maybe because again, what Nintendo got me into gaming. And like I said, again, some of Nintendo's best games was not made by Nintendo. It's when they had all the third-party support, Ring King and Contra, Karate Kid, Double Dragon, all that shit right there. When they made by Nintendo, right? But when I had to ask them, like, I gotta have a checklist of the basic shit for them to have for me to buy their console. I don't need that goddamn console. I'm from the mindset. I'll give you guys an example, right? I compare this to, not saying, like the civil rights movement down, in the South with Rosa Parks and black people were protesting, they couldn't ride in front of the bus. White folks didn't care about them protests. It wasn't until they start spending their money did that law change. And I'm from the mindset, like, you know what I mean? If we want them to change and get with the time, like, come on, man. Nintendo was the grandfather of the gaming, and they're just so far behind the goddamn curve. You know what I mean? I can't do the basic shit on that console that I was doing in 2002. On that
go along with it. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Nintendo, it's not that they behind the curve. They on a completely different damn road.
Yeah.
And they gonna stay that way because, like I said, they don't want to compete against now 3 platforms because Xbox One, PS4, PCs all have the same architecture, share a bunch of the same games. It is what it is. So they don't want to be in that competition. They want you to buy their platform as well. The reason the Switch is selling so well is because it's an and console. It's not an if console. It's not I can get this if I don't get that. It's I can get this and that because they serve 2 different purposes.
Exactly.
It's that simple. And they're going to keep that market down because that's the market that they put themselves in, and it's working. That's the main thing, is that it's working. The Wii U, it did not work. They tried to be the one where you can go and get all your one-stop shop. They tried to put, Watch Dogs and all that stuff. They tried to do all that, and it didn't work. So now they're going to go after the ones that are easy catches, the Dooms, the Wolfensteins that run on anything, and they're going to put out their games, and hopefully they space them out well enough that they can keep putting out games, because next year you got Bayonetta, and they said a Pokemon game maybe that'll sell like hotcakes.
Pokemon sells
right.
So
Pokemon will fly off shelves, and it is what it is. Like they know their market, so they're gonna focus on that and focus on the handheld market. They're gonna say you can buy this for your kid or you can buy it for your nostalgic self.
Yo.
So Blue, unless you like
never
Pokemon,
ever bet against Pokemon.
Never everything.
Oh, Mrs.
Out, man, bro. That I don't know what it is about.
But I ain't playing no Pokemon though.
It ain't about you, bro.
Yeah, that got a big following, man.
That game following is so huge, bro. I'm talking about in the 100 millions. We talking about in the 100 millions when we talking about numbers with that game, man. I don't know what it is about a Pikachu or whatever. You know, I don't know what it is because I ain't never watched Pokemon and none of that.
It's the same as all these looter shooter games. Like for us, you go in and you play, you know, 200-300 hours of a game trying to get this gun, you know, something like that. To them, it's just you collecting something different. That's all it is. It's a looter. You going, you playing this game to loot. Pokemon will always sell. Always. Not gonna stop.
Pokemon has a Pokemon dropped on the Switch yet?
No, it's coming. They
we're not talking about the sales of the game.
I'm just saying though,
convince somebody to purchase one. Like,
hey, that's gonna convince.
That's gonna sell.
That's gonna sell Switches.
Like they already said sometime.
Real talk. Nintendo has the most system sellers out of all three platforms.
They ain't got no big first-person shooter.
We got Mr. T in it. We got Mr. T.
First-player shooters with Nintendo. That Pokemon is gonna move systems, player. I'm telling you, I've seen it.
Where they first-person shooter at?
It don't matter to them.
It don't matter. That's not their
That's what I'm saying.
They do what they do well.
But you said it every time, though.
They got all the other bases covered, though.
Hey, listen, Nintendo,
that's not their thing. First-person shooters is not their thing.
Because they
everybody bash Microsoft for adventure games when that's not their thing. And they got.
I mean, a Metroid coming out though. That's first person.
Fuck out of here with that shit.
Is it Metroid first person?
Not all.
This one might be.
If this one is first, Metroid is gonna be another one. That's another hitter. That's another hitter, bro.
You can't sleep on Metroid.
Doom and Wolfenstein.
Hey, Mr. T, yeah?
Hey, that food.
What's going on?
Man.
I got 300.
Oh my God, I love it.
Man, new character and everything.
Listen, I'm a heterosexual. Heterosexual man. I'm married. I got a few children. Sell me on the Switch.
Sell me on the Switch.
You can't because
I don't know if I can sell you on the Switch. See, you guys were talking about the Wii U and why it failed. Yeah, I think you'll come way off. The Wii U failed for probably three main reasons. One, marketing. The marketing was a joke. It was terrible.
Okay.
Two was Nintendo games. It didn't lead with any big Nintendo games, unlike the Switch did. You had Nintendo Land, which is a new kind of little kind of weird thing, and then you had New Super Mario Brothers U, which is like a 2D Mario game. It wasn't a big Mario game, and the reason, if you look at the Switch's launch, it only had like what the big game was Zelda. Yeah. Zelda sold Switches.
Okay.
And you had Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that came out a little later. That also sold Switches. So the Wii U didn't lead with big Nintendo games. They let third party do their thing. And the third party games on the Wii U early were shoddy. They were like weak ports. Like nobody wants to buy a new console for games they can get on their current console, but that are better, that run better. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have, because a lot of core Nintendo fans didn't buy the Wii U. Mm-hmm. I knew a lot of people that just stuck with their 3DSs and didn't buy a Wii U. Mm-hmm. And in a lot of cases, the 3DS had a lot better first party games on it from Nintendo. So the whole generation, Nintendo fans were upset. Like, why is the 3DS getting all these games and Wii U ain't getting none? And once they got behind the 8 ball, the sales started to stagger after the first 3 months. They weren't ready. And the Wii U to me was a year too late. It should have launched in 2011 because it would have had it had at least 2 years of getting ports from Xbox 360 and PS3, and it would have had Zelda Skyward Sword, which came out on the Wii. They should have brought that over to the Wii U and HD that thing. And that would have been a system seller. So those were the main three reasons. So once it stopped selling, third party jumped off, and Nintendo wasn't ready with their games, obviously. So
you know what? You brought up some valid points, right? But again, Mr. T, I would hate to question your integrity. I
listen to you dudes a lot.
Welcome to the panel, Miz.
I'm looking at it slightly different. I think the Wii U, I bought one. I bought one. I bought all the multiplex for it. I think the Wii U failed because this was the 7th generation lasted so long, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to see something new, like some next generation graphics. And to be fair, the Wii U was a 8th generation console.
Mm-hmm.
And if you took out specs on papers and you had what's called real world performance, it didn't look any much better. Basically, we've been playing for the last 7 to 8 years. You know what I mean?
But hold up, that Switch doesn't work. That argument doesn't work for Switch. Why is that?
Because you guys were able to put out Mario at launch.
Exactly. I'm telling you, like it led with big Nintendo games.
But here's the thing, though.
The marketing is great for Switch.
I'm still from the notion that we're gonna see what's gonna go on a year from now. You know what I mean? Because you already put Mario out, you already put Zelda out. What's next? You already done remixed your Wii U catalog, this Splatoon and all that shit. You know what I me? What's next?
Pokemon actually pretty much already confirmed. Fire Emblem's next year. They got
Pokemon.
Pokemon next year. Metroid Prime is supposedly actually coming out next year.
Nah.
Yeah. I doubt that.
I doubt that.
That's why
Nintendo games.
That's what I'm worried about with the Nintendo Switch. The Switch to me right now is looking like the Wii U in reverse. The Wii U started selling at the end of the generation because they started putting out the games. So now they put out all the games that they held over from the Wii U, put them out on the Switch, and what's going to come out now, because they first-party studios shot most of their load. I see, like I said, I see a Metroid, I see a Pokemon. Pokemon's going to push consoles. Metroid's going to push consoles. Star Fox ship done sailed since they put out that trash. And like that's what's going to happen. So outside of that, what first-party games are coming out? You know,
Fire Emblem.
Look at Fire Emblem. What's outside of that? That's
look at
Fire Emblem. Do not sleep on Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I said Fire Emblem, but outside of that, that's 3 games.
You gotta look at
and then you got another 4 years.
Hold on, Dion. We have to stop. Fire Emblem. Explain Fire Emblem. Cause he like, what the hell is that?
Japanese RPG, strategy-based RPG, pretty big.
Yeah.
What?
People like it.
People like it.
Fire Emblem is big. Look,
Like
I'm a strategy. I'm a JRPG dude. I'm a strategy RPG dude. Fire Emblem, yeah, but you know, I'm not like the Metroid Prime would, you know what I'm saying, or Pokemon would. I don't think that's going to push.
Right, it's not going to push stupid numbers, but it is going to see
You can look for a Smash, another Smash probably. Animal Crossing.
Right, but you just got those at the end of the Wii U, so again, that's another 2-3 years out.
2014 is when Smash came out, so it wasn't like it was, last year. And Mario Kart,
that's another 2 years out,
and it's about to sell better than the Wii U version on Switch. So,
right, because they announced the Switch, and so everybody knew all these games was getting ported over. So why would you buy it for the Wii U if you were going to buy it for the Switch?
Let me ask you a question, Mr. T.
Wii U before anybody knew about a Switch version. Anybody knew about Switch?
Right, before you knew about a Switch version, but they've been talking about the rumored Nintendo new console long before any of those last minute games came out.
Nintendo NX.
You're asking what's gonna come now. Okay. Here's the thing.
I'm sorry. Before you go there, before you even go there, I want to ask you a question, right? Like you got, like I said, do you have any cons with? I know you're a Nintendo fan, right?
Cons. If you watch my channel.
Yeah, I do. I'm saying, but they may not know. They may not know about you and your dog shit content. So I'm asking you this, right? I mean, like, what are your cons? Like, how do you feel like you need a cell phone app? You still need a friend code. Like, where you at with that stuff there? Like, does it come with time and a point where you just put your foot down and say, "No, Nintendo, fuck you, mean"?
Nope.
I like
go along with it, just like Sony fans.
Like I never cared about watching Hulu on my game console. That's just not. I got smart TVs. I don't really a big thing for me. I know I argue with Nintendo fans about that because some Nintendo fans do want that. And I mean, I'm not saying it shouldn't be there. I'm just saying I don't really care for that stuff.
But he's talking about chat though, not Hulu.
Yeah.
Now,
I understand why.
Well, he said cell phone app. So
no, I said the cell phone app to chat.
You're talking about the chat.
Yeah, the cell phone app to chat.
How that was. So I'm not the dude that would defend that. Like I think it's garbage. But at the end of the day, I love the games I'm playing on it. And I believe I'm not gonna pay for it because we're not paying right now for the service, and it's not launching until sometime 2018. If it launches and it's that, no, like I don't believe this. I believe they're gonna add chat. Like Wii U had better.
It's coming this quarter, so it's gonna be before February.
So they don't even have it yet. And it's coming
bro.
out for what, a year and a half now?
It's gonna be early 2018.
Right. They said it's gonna be. They said it's gonna be this quarter, so it's coming out before February. That you're gonna.
I'm not gonna pay for a feature, or I'm not gonna pay for the online, and that is not rectified. Like the Wii U had better chat features, and that's not saying a whole lot, but it had better chat features than the Switch does. These are arguments I make on my channel. Like I've gotten into it with Nintendo fans about that stuff, but like I said, right now I'm enjoying. I mean, they've been putting out bangers all year. I've been enjoying great games on my Switch, and I love the Switch factor where you can take that bad boy in. I've been gaming so much this year because of that. Because I have time to like take the thing with you. I can take it anywhere. I go on trips all the time, so
that would probably be the only
work and whatnot. So, I mean, I play way more this year than I had in a long time.
Is Switch your main console? Is that your number one console? Like
it's the one I play the most, yeah.
Okay, so like as someone that's not like really bought on or sold on it, explain to us if for why it's your number one console with the games that are on there. Like,
I mean, if you're not into, I can convince you to be a Zelda fan. Like,
Mama, right? Hold on, one at a time. Let him explain himself.
I've been a Zelda fan since 1987. I can't convince you to be a Zelda fan. I put 190 hours. I'm probably gonna put another 50 hours in it at least. Zelda Breath of the Wild. Because it's got so much content in it, and this is like a game-changing Zelda. They changed a lot of the core
Zelda or
factors.
The Witcher 3?
Yeah, it's a whole lot different. I'll give them credit for that one because I've got it.
See, I guess
you said Witcher 3. It's hard for me to go back to Witcher 3 because it's like I can't climb. Like I like being able to.
Check it out, right?
And I'm sliding down little rocks on Witcher 3.
Hey, listen, check it out, right? Look at it like this, right? I have this saying, right? And first of all, thank you for hopping on the show, right? It's hard to get
Nintendo members don't lie.
Yeah. I look at it like this, right?
Reach out to Nintendo.
Look, someone that grew up, I have a saying that I've grown up with Nintendo, but Nintendo hasn't grown up with me. Just even their art style, right? And I look at a game, a character, iconic character like Link, right? I'm thinking by now he should be taking up heads, cutting off arms, slicing up balls. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got Link looking like Lisa Simpson. I don't know what the hell's going on. Stop America.
That's not how that works.
Yes,
I think you need a
Nintendo that do that.
Huh?
I think you need a Nintendo in the industry in regards to what they offer. I think if all three consoles was doing the same thing, it'd be too much. It's enough saturation that we get between Xbox and Sony in regards to some of the similarities in the content that they put out. Kill, bang, bang, shoot, throw a football, put the basketball in the hoop, slap a hockey stick over here, and kick a soccer ball over there. But I'm just saying though, I'm just saying though, in regards to the audience that Nintendo placates to, in regards to like that younger audience, the reason why they haven't grown up with us is because that's always a new generation of children. You know what I'm saying? They haven't experienced what we experienced when we grew up with Nintendo. And so as long as we have new generations of children coming out, there will always be a market for Nintendo in regards to the software that they put out. You know what I'm saying?
Back in the day, Nintendo wasn't just about kiddie games though. Back in the day,
that's what I'm trying to say.
They had better games than that. They had shooting games, had all kinds of shit.
But a lot of that stuff, Juice, came from second party.
Exactly. So why don't they have that support now?
That's my question to Ms. T.
We have that stuff.
Even though we got people. My bad.
I know you guys are not as in tune to what's happening on Nintendo consoles, but we have that stuff. We have that.
Don't they have Doom?
Well, Doom was the recent port. We got Skyrim port or whatever. But I meant like as far as like third party exclusives.
Oh, exclusive.
Got Bayonetta locked up. That's a mature game. You talking about cutting up stuff? That's what she does.
I mean, what violent games did we have back in the day growing up on Nintendo? That was super violent.
They had Internal Darkness.
That stuff was cheesy violent. It wasn't violent.
The graphics wasn't up to par yet.
But I'm just saying though, Contra and all them little pixel balls go across the screen. That was cheesy violence.
Before the
that
ESRB.
wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't that violence that we're getting now.
That was before the rating board.
What are you talking about?
They had Mortal Kombat, and you had to put in the cheat code to get the blood.
Because it was Nintendo.
You had to put in the cheat code on Mortal Kombat to get the blood on the Nintendo version.
Right? Argument now, because you just said Nintendo had all this violent stuff, and it turns out that it really didn't have that stuff.
The Mortal Kombat on Sega had blood. The one on Nintendo, you had to put in the code to get the blood. I mean,
well, I look like this. At the end of the day, to me, my biggest pitch with Nintendo is that they try to be everyone's parent. You know, let me be the parent. Let me worry about if I want my kid to be online and talk online. Like when they had, you know, it was 2012. I think it was 2012 when Nintendo had that big case where a pedophile met a kid on the 3DS, and Nintendo took the whole online thing from like you know what I mean? Now,
yeah, but there's that. But then they have the Wii U, the video chat where you can do anything on there. So it's not. I think they just join it. Like, you know, you're right. They try to regulate certain things, but then it's just like, why do you have this thing where you can see people doing stuff?
I look at it like this, and maybe what is the truth is that Nintendo of Japan makes the decision for Nintendo of America, makes the decisions for Nintendo of Europe, and we're different cultures. You know what I mean? You know.
But then you have like Bayonetta, where they were putting ads in Playboy. They put ads in Playboy for Bayonetta too.
Well, they're a little bit more raunchy in Japan. Motherfuckers are freaks in Japan, bro.
North America. Playboy's North America. Playboy's an American magazine.
No, I'm just saying that they're freaky.
Who gets magazines from Playboy? It's a magazine.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. But I mean, I don't know, man.
I'm just saying, like, it's not all one way. It's not like there are mature games. There are mature games on N64, mature games on GameCube. There's mature titles on Wii. I got a bunch of them. No More Heroes. I got Red Steel. I mean, there's a lot of mature stuff here. It's just
the fact that you can count those games with one hand is a problem, bro.
What's up?
Well, they had
and maturity don't necessarily
I just mean mature in the rating.
It doesn't necessarily equate to violent when you say maturity.
Best game was Internal Darkness.
No More Heroes, you cut people up.
Post got
Internal Darkness was fire. GameCube was the last hardcore console to me from Nintendo when they were trying to compete, you know what I mean, with Microsoft. I just miss those days again.
How'd that go? That dev is actually trying to do a Kickstarter for a sequel to Eternal Darkness, actually.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell. That was fire.
That was kind of a crook.
That was kind of fire. I mean, I don't know, man. Mario.
Darkness is great. Is a great story, but it wasn't that great of a game. The gameplay wasn't that.
Man, shit is better than anything on the goddamn on the Wii U.
That's nostalgia talking, man.
Nah, Internal Darkness was a good game, bro.
It's true. I'm not saying it's not a good game. I'm saying it had a great story. I love the multiple characters and all the storylines and stuff. But what you actually do, like the combat, was not really that great. If you really played the game like that, it was just target the arm and cut it off.
Yeah,
and it wasn't anything.
It was a dope game to me, man. I just I miss that day. You know, Nintendo taking the stage at E3. Let me show you something, man. This is what we reduced to when I look and think about Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo Direct. What kind of shit is that?
We love them.
Let me share my screen with you guys.
Yo, Xbox
is gone. Is it Direct?
Xbox
and everybody copying Nintendo Directs now? Like,
I hope everybody don't copy that shit. We want people on stage at E3.
What the fuck is this? Why do you have?
What in the world?
You see this?
Oh, we mute.
Dude.
Oh man.
Yo, Z, you ain't shit.
Pull up connect. I can pull up
Why you do stuff for that, man? Why you do that to visit like that, man? This is the whole
Little girl rubbing the screen with the little tiger. I can pull that up. You want me to?
Connectables.
That era. That was that era.
Look at this. Look at this. This is horrible.
Stop tickling me, Hey, Wii Music was trash.
Oh God,
that game is garbage.
Ooh, they got Will Smith's mom from Fresh Prince on there too, man, playing the flute.
That's what we doing here, man. That's what we doing here, man.
This is 2008. That was 2008. We're talking about 10 years ago, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. They ain't got no better.
Why you bringing up?
They ain't got no better.
Gee, you ain't shit.
I'm loading the sneaks belly. Terrible. I ain't got friend no foe.
I can bring up that Connect with the Connect mode and Connect Sports.
Watch it now.
Connect Sports. You can bring that up too.
Hey, listen, man. Stop watching the mouth. Nah, but listen though, man.
You feeling, man?
And you guys listen to we get the hell about it. It's already 11 o'clock at night.
Nah. Connect Sports was fun drunk. That's all I'm saying. It was hilarious.
I'm just saying.
Let me tell you something. Y'all can try Connect Sports all you like, but that bowling joint was fire.
I'm telling you.
Especially playing bowling with somebody online. Boy, I thought I was at the bowling alley in the crib.
Where they got that idea from, man?
We put money down on it.
I know where they got the idea for that stuff.
That Connect Sports was fire, man. My children enjoyed it as well.
We was drinking, putting money down on games.
Yeah, that bowling was fire. I used to play that bowling online all the time.
Hey, what you talking about? Who got the idea from who? What you talking about, bro?
Connect Sports. I wonder where y'all got the idea from that.
I don't know, man.
Where that came from?
I mean, damn sure wasn't Reggie with his corny ass, man. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna leave with this right. At the end of the day, could you imagine if we only had Nintendo?
But we don't.
Listen, listen, I'm gonna keep it fucking with you, right? Because either you have, look, at the end of the day, if you have Xbox, you got PlayStation, you got Nintendo, right? Whether you're an Xbox guy, whether you're a PlayStation guy, you'd be cool if you could own multiple consoles. You get all the multi-plats, get whatever you need online. Imagine if you only had this Switch. I swear to God, I would give up gaming.
Well, hold on. You said
I would give up gaming
if we only had because everybody would play games on Nintendo.
What is she doing?
And Nintendo have no competition with as far as power and all that stuff, and it would be Super Nintendo.
That's why
it's different now.
That's why I'm glad we got these companies. That's why I'm glad Microsoft in the industry, Sony and Nintendo, because these companies drive each other. Whenever you hear these fanboys that say, "Hey, I wish this company should leave the industry,"
why would you
want
want
to have a bad effect? Microsoft came in and it forced everybody to step up their game in technology. Me personally, I don't think if Microsoft don't enter the game, the PS2 is still out a lot longer than what it was, because it was selling like hotcakes anyway. It might have did 200 million.
If Microsoft didn't enter the game, then
consoles built-in hard drives. You getting
consoles would be $600-$700.
Xbox Live.
Yeah, they would have sold that PS2 until it stopped. You know what I'm saying? But they came in the industry. They forced people's hands. They forced
and that's why the industry in part don't like them, because they be trying to do different shit. And then people don't like that shit.
Microsoft's problem is they're always too far ahead. And instead of, which is crazy considering game preview, but instead of saying this is where we're going, they just do it and expect you to be cool with it.
Yeah.
When everybody punch them in their mouth, it's a problem. Like that's what happens. Microsoft
no, but they'll do it, and then somebody like Sony will do something and get praised for it.
Right.
Like,
it'll be 2 days later, 2 months later, whatever. Somebody else will do it, and then all of a sudden, it's the best thing happening.
Yeah, but Microsoft got to get better at explaining things with that That's their
Microsoft's problem. Is Microsoft doesn't talk well. Yeah. They need to, because everybody starts coming up with their own conclusions. Microsoft doesn't control the narrative of the stuff they are trying to do. And
not as hard as they used to be. Microsoft used to be hard.
They used to be. But the new regime from top down, they are a kinder, gentler Microsoft. So it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. No matter how much we remember the days when people was getting tattoos of games and stuff like that.
Bombers sweating on stage.
Right. We remember those days fondly, but Microsoft is very kind, very gentle right now. They want to hug everybody. They trying to slide under the radar so they can make whatever moves they need to make and slowly saturate the market. That's what Microsoft's game plan is.
And that's because, like I've been saying forever, they're going after Apple. Everybody is worried about Xbox versus PlayStation. Microsoft doesn't give a goddamn.
They're not even competing with them.
They're going after Apple. They're trying to saturate every part of your being. Everything you do has a Microsoft brand on it so that you stay in their ecosystem. If I got a PC, I got a Surface, I got an Xbox, all that stays in one ecosystem. It keeps me there. So when I move to the next iteration of whatever those things are, I stay in Microsoft ecosystem. They're looking at long money. Everybody worried about this right now. Microsoft is focused on long money.
It's a long
that doesn't help us as gamers, but Microsoft is making money both ways. So to them, their strategy is working.
It's just like what he was saying. What Mr. T stated earlier about Hulu, saying that I don't need to play Hulu on my Switch when I have a smart TV, and he was talking about how other Nintendo fans are upset about that. In a generation where everything is connected, where everything is seamless. Like if I'm on my Xbox, I don't have to switch inputs to watch Hulu on my TV when the app is already there on my box. I don't even have to switch
I could get the Xbox Party Chat on my phone.
Yeah, I don't have to switch inputs on my TV to watch TV. I just hit a button and I'm watching TV due to the HDMI. Same with Netflix. It's about being able to sit in one spot and not have to really do too much. I mean, we came from the days where we have the RF switches and the coaxial cables and moving everything around and setting it to channel 3 or 4, or in the Xbox 360 days where figuring out due to how many ports on your TV, you kind of got to weigh what you're going to connect to your TV and what you're going to leave out. We're done with them days. We're in a place where we're on these systems. Where we're on the systems, we can sit in one spot, and from my Xbox, I can go from gaming to TV to Netflix. Even if I want to watch some anime, Crunchyroll, and I could do all of this while being in a party chat, communicating with my friends at the same time. I'm watching live TV, and I can slide the screen over, see what my people are playing, see who's in what party chat, see who's doing what, and go from that TV station directly into a game. This is where we're at, man, and this what people are expecting Nintendo to get into at some point. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like to downplay these things because they don't have nothing to do with gaming. But I think the gamers nowadays are growing up in a different society than what we grew up in. Back then, it was just gaming. It wasn't no internet, none of that. But in the age that they're growing up in, it's not just about us, it's the age that the children are growing up in. They have access to so much social network, all these different digital outlets that we didn't have access to. So it's a little bit different. They appreciate these things more so than we do, because we grew up in an age where it was totally about gaming. And that's why when we look at gaming, we're like, we don't care if you can watch Netflix or Hulu or do all that. It's about playing games. But to them, they want those type of things.
My kids are a perfect example. My kids are very privileged kids. They got a computer that would destroy every Xbox One X, and they don't care about any of this stuff. They don't care about PS4 versus Xbox versus PC. They'll go from playing Roblox on PC, mouse and keyboard, straight to Xbox playing Minecraft, straight to their tablet playing some little Flash game like it's nothing, and all seamlessly. Somewhere in there, they'll switch over to YouTube, switch over to Netflix, all on whatever device they happen to be on at the time.
Yeah.
To us, this all seems like a this, then that, then this. To them, this is just how they are growing up.
Facts. It's just how they
it has Hulu on it. Netflix, all that stuff is coming. I don't think I have a problem with that. What I'm saying, I was speaking personally that I didn't care about that stuff because I have 5 iPads in my house. I got 3 iPhones. I have 3, 4 smart TVs. Like that's, and I didn't want to. Me personally, I don't want to put that extra wear. Like you said, you can go from video games to watching a movie. Well, I don't want to put that extra wear on my game console. Like
what wear?
Well,
it's doing the same. It's doing one thing and then
Wait, hold up. You gonna get one of them them new jackets with the 95 pockets on the inside. No,
he out here rocking the fanny pack still.
Yeah, you know what? I understand
got a
that.
fanny pack and a mohawk.
I understand that.
I want to put that tear on my. Oh no!
I understand that, Mr. T, but that's why you have. Companies have looked at that over the years. Even if you go from when the PS2 started off as a DVD player, why you think games are going digital? Why you think when you buy a Microsoft game physically, it forces you to download that game onto the console so that this is not spinning and that wear and tear on that drive? Because they noticed that in the PS2 era, the 360 era, this is constantly spinning in them drives, wore them drives down. So now with digital applications like Netflix or Hulu, you don't have to put a 4K DVD in your console if you want to. If you don't want to preserve that disk drive, to make the disk drive of that life longer. I'm just saying, you said the wear and tear on your console.
Yeah,
the disk drive
there's
is
other ways
to
wear your console down. Hours on the clock. Your clock hours can wear your console down too. The heat dissipation that wears your console down too. So I'm not gonna go from a 5-hour gaming session to watching movies for 8 hours like that. When
so why don't you have a problem doing that to your TV?
My smart TV is already on while I'm gaming.
Exactly. Your TV is on while you're gaming. Your TV is on while you're watching movies. Why don't you have that concern about your TV?
That makes no sense. These consoles are designed. These consoles
are designed for that.
Microchips.
That's why they have low power mode.
Why don't you have that same problem with your TV? Wouldn't you just turn your TV off? Instead of watching movies on your TV, you're trying to preserve your technology
on at all times.
Hello, he says
Xbox One X on.
I understand him.
Right.
He said the TV is built that way, but the consoles are built that way too. That's why they have a low power mode. That's what Instant On is. It's a low power mode. So when I'm not doing nothing on my console and it's on, it's not using that much energy. It's in a low power state. It's not doing.
Xbox even goes into that state,
killing your rechargeable.
If you don't touch the controller or any inputs for 8 minutes, it goes into that state automatically. Dims your TV in the whole 9.
The Switch is a little different. It's a tablet.
Yeah.
It's sitting in your dock, and you have multiple rechargeable batteries going. You got the rechargeable batteries going in your Joy-Con controllers, rechargeable battery, and the Switch itself. That wears out being plugged in, for multiple hours. Like at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. What I'm saying is, I don't need to do it when I have that TV sitting in front of me. And I have multiple.
I understand that.
That's what we're
taking away from that. I was just saying,
being able to. They didn't leave it out because you didn't need to do it. They left it out because they didn't have the capability to put it in when they put out the system. They wanted to strike while the iron was hot, while they had all these games that they just released on the Wii U, and they wanted to ride that wave. The Wii U picked up a little steam. You pop the Switch out and say, all these games are also going to come out in here. If you didn't buy it on the Wii U, go ahead, buy it on this brand new system that's coming out. They planned it and executed their plan perfectly. Fantastic, flawless. And it has soared their sales. And it's going to continue to do so unless they fall off the wagon with their first party games. As the third parties they getting, it ain't gonna cut it. All these games, it's the same with the Wii U. You already have it on something else. You're not gonna buy it on the Switch. My
not kids, true, but okay. I know a lot of people that I want to play that game portably. I'm sure you hear it all the time. Oh, it's cool to be able to take that game on the go with me.
That works for certain games over
secondary
time.
Way, like you were saying.
Right. Like I said, it is one of those things, but you're not gonna go. Let's say that every single game came out with a lower tiered version on the Switch. People are going to buy those on their main consoles. Mm-hmm. They're not going to choose the Switch over. Right. So, like I said, they struck while the iron is hot, and it's not about whether or not you are going to use it. It's about having the ability to use it. Just like on my cell phone, there's a whole bunch of stuff I may never touch, but it's all there because I want to have the capability of doing so. I may never use the little eyesight recognition thing because to me that's stupid, but again, it's there, and they put it on. Whether or not you want to use it, it's there because you have the capability of doing so. So these features are just features. Whether or not you use them personally, whether or not they need to be on a console and all that, that's all personal.
I never said
opinion.
I never said
it
they
just
don't
needs to
need
be
to
on. I'm saying.
I just said for me personally, it doesn't matter.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It just needs to have. They need to have these things on there as options. They need more options because stuff is going to keep moving into the future. 10 years ago, cell phones weren't doing 90% of the stuff they're doing right now. Like
the old saying from back in the day still stands to this day. It's better than have it and not need it than need it and not have it at all.
You're preaching to the choir.
That's all it is.
You understand?
No. We're not here to like. I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to convince you, brother. You know what I'm saying? I got to get on my
switch down.
I got to get on my soul, brothers. I'm not here to convince you, brother. I'm just, we're just giving you some perspective, and listen to the things that you're saying, and that's, going off that. And it's cool to have a Nintendo guy on the show for once, because I know Z be reaching out to a lot of Nintendo dudes.
You never reach out to me.
They be scared to come on the show, but they talk a lot in the chat though. They talk a lot in the chat. They be scared to get on the show though.
Z will hit me up once in a while on Twitter. Downplaying or down talking whatever my tweet was about Nintendo tweet, but he never hit me up for no podcast.
Look, I'm gonna slide you my number after the show. I'm gonna give you my number.
All right,
let's go. Bring a different perspective to the show too. So
we go back.
Sony fans, Xbox fans.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, thank y'all for coming out. God bless.
Good night.
Good night. There you go with the mayonnaise sandwiches.
Yeah, man.
Oh, bro. Mayonnaise.
Oh, mustard sandwich eating that, boy.
So, what are you
Look
doing?
at him. He can't even close the show. Sandwich thick as hell. He can't even breathe.
I'm telling you, every time he turns his camera on, I'm turning mine on. It's happening. This is exactly what's going to be. Just like this.
Nah, thank y'all for coming out. We out here, man. Bang, bacon, bacon grease.